What's going on, everyone? At this point, I'm very, very deep into my natural bodybuilding competition prep. Since it's been around 6 or 7 weeks since my last full update for you all here, I figured I'd share another one with you now. So, while showing you footage from my latest full body gym workout, I'm going to do just that. More specifically, I'll share the particulars around my current state of progress, how much more fat I have to lose, what my hunger levels have been like, what my training approach has been like, and also I'll share a bit about some of the honest struggles and challenges that I've been facing, what they have been, and what they'll probably continue to look like as I get deeper into the prep closer to the start of the season. My intention is to be fully transparent about my process in an attempt to give you a real insider's look at what a very long natural bodybuilding competition prep can look like for those who are interested in it. And also maybe to provide some relatability for those who are currently in their own preps or who have done one or more in the past themselves. Before we get started, if you do find that this video is interesting, enjoyable, or helpful, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel, as it really helps me out. Okay, let's dive in. At the time of recording this, I'm in the 9th month of my prep. Yep, it's been a while. That said, I haven't been in a deficit for the entirety of that process. For 4.5 weeks of it, I was in a maintenance block where I ate at my maintenance calories. Plus, over the past 5 months or so, I've had 1 to 2 weekly refeeds or maintenance days on Sundays or both Saturdays and Sundays. And I had a week-long diet break eating at my maintenance calories for the Christmas week to recharge my batteries a bit. The rest of the days of the past 9 months, however, have been days spent in a deficit. At this point, I've lost over 30 pounds since starting, as my low for the prep has been 179.4 pounds so far, and my starting point 9 months ago was 209.8 pounds. For the majority of my time spent in the deficit, I've averaged a rate of around a pound lost per week, but as of the past 6 weeks or so, that average has gone down closer to around 3/4 to a half a pound per week. Since I've been getting closer to real striking distance of my estimated stage weight, the slower rate of loss is ideal, since it means increasing the chances of hanging on to more of my muscle mass as I hang around in the very low body fat percentages. One of the benefits of having a very long prep is that exact reason, not having to rush to be stage ready. As of my last check-in with the coach, he's thinking I've got just around another 2 to 4 pounds of weight left to lose before being ready for my first competition. So I'm really not too far off now on paper. The reality is, though, these last 2 to 4 pounds of weight loss are going to be the toughest bit of weight loss across my entire prep, but I'm ready to continue slowly digging it off. As far as my visuals go, things are really shaping up. At my current level of leanness, I can clearly see the added muscle I've put on over the course of my past couple of years in the off season, which is very heartening. I seem bigger overall, plus my back and delts both look especially improved, which gives me a lot of peace of mind since I've given them slightly more attention in hopes of bringing them up over the course of my long improvement season. This all said, I can see the 2 to 4 pounds of fat that's still on my body, and I'm clearly not stage ready yet. I'm shredded, but there are clear pockets of fat on my upper thighs, inner thighs, and glutes especially, along with a thin layer of fat atop much of the rest of my body. That's the thing about being stage ready. There's a pretty noticeable difference between being close, even just a few pounds off, and being completely ready. As for my hunger levels, they're right where you'd expect them to be right about now. I'm feeling lots of low-level ongoing hunger between meals, with occasional periods of high hunger where my stomach really feels like it's eating itself to the point of being notably uncomfortable. For this prep, I'm finding that the physical hunger isn't all that bad to manage, to be honest though, especially in comparison to past preps. I'm guessing a big part of the reason for that is simply experience, as this is my 5th prep going through the whole process of it all. I'm getting a bit more of a mental food focus at this point, worth mentioning too, where I find myself thinking about all sorts of different meal ideas and, of course, eating those different meal ideas. In past preps, I found that the mental food focus was one of the hardest parts of the preps to manage. But again, to be honest, though it's still a challenge to manage now, this prep feels not as bad. Again, I think this is probably through just having more experience with it all at this point. I'm also making sure to put into practice much of what I've learned from my past preps in regard to physical hunger and food focus, like avoiding any social media food photos or videos, and even avoiding bodybuilding vlog videos like on YouTube. I do that and make a point of focusing my attention on other non-food related things like my work, creating content, spending time in prayer, spending quality time with family, and having some leisure time. My training has been going great being this deep into prep, all things considered. As you'd expect, my strength levels aren't the same as they were in the beginning of my prep, or being deep into the improvement season. But even so, I'm holding more strength than I have at this level of leanness compared to any of my other preps. This is probably a good indicator that I have built some extra muscle over the course of my improvement season and have retained more of it throughout this prep process compared to past preps. What's been different this time around, as far as my training goes, is my overall set volume. As recommended by my coach, Jeff, I've actually been training with a notably lower amount of set volume per each muscle across the week. This has helped me massively with recovery, allowing me to hold on to a ton more strength with the sets that I am including. Who would have thought that doing fewer sets could mean holding on to more muscle? As far as injuries go, I haven't had any really, outside of some very minor connective tissue pain every now and again, which I've worked around each time to ensure a smooth recovery. At this point, just being as lean as I am now, I do feel like my body is a bit more unforgiving, as I can feel my tendons and joints a bit more compared to when I have some more fat on my bones. From this point onward, it's going to be a matter of continuing to seek a good balance between training as hard as I can without overextending myself. As with every prep that I've done before this one, I've experienced particularly difficult challenges and struggles. For this prep, my most prominent struggles have not been physical, like managing hunger, hard workouts, or even experiencing ongoing low energy levels. Although all of those things are definitely struggles to an extent. My most difficult challenges have been mental ones, mainly, and I'll be super honest with you, they've been second-guessing my level of improvement since my last season, second-guessing that I'll be stage-ready on time, and I'm mainly referring to questioning if I'll end up losing the pockets of fat left on my lower body on time, and being perhaps overly scrupulous and second-guessing my posing. I know that in saying that I'm second-guessing my level of improvement or noticeable amount of muscle growth since my last season and being stage ready on time is kind of contradicting what I mentioned earlier. I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that those thoughts are lingering in my head. On paper, and with the help of my coach, I know I'm going to hit the runway smoothly. But even so, my mind has a tendency to fall into the whole what if way of thinking that just isn't helpful. That's something that I know about myself when I get deeper into a prep. I more easily find myself falling into those kinds of mind games, like second guessing myself. The good news is that I'm aware of it though, and as such, I'm able to logically talk myself through the mental struggle reminding myself to trust in the process. And if I keep checking off the boxes, I'll be good to go. As far as my posing goes, that's probably boiled down to overthinking. Overthinking is one of my definite weaknesses, in case you hadn't noticed. Being aware of my scrupulosity towards it is helping me, and simply working on it a little bit every day without falling into adopting an expectation that it's all of a sudden going to look perfect all at once is helping too. I'm aiming to trust that as long as I keep working on it without working on it too much or hyperfixating or obsessing, it will get better little by little until it's all crisp and under my fingers by the time it's game day number 1. And there you have it. I'm all registered and ready to go for my first competition of the season, and I'm pumped for it. I'll announce exactly when it is when I'm closer to the show for those of you who are interested in following along. To be honest, I'm very, very excited. And although I'm in a tough leg of my prep right now, I'm ready to get deeper into it. If you have any questions about my prep, anything related to hunger, dieting, training, managing energy levels, or the particular challenges that I'm facing, feel free to drop your questions in the comment section below. I really love this stuff and I'm happy to answer. Before this video comes to a close, I want to quickly let you know about the work that I do. When I'm not making YouTube videos or Instagram content, I work full-time as an online physique coach, where I help my clients to accomplish their muscle growth and fat loss goals by optimizing their approach to strength training and nutrition. And I coach them through the process. I've been doing this work for over 7 years and love helping my clients to not only transform their bodies, but ultimately their lives. If you've been considering getting some help with accomplishing your own physique goals, feel free to hit the link in the description below, where you can learn a little bit more about the work that I do and how I can help you. You can even use that link to schedule a free video consultation with me. If you have any questions about my coaching or how I can help you, just email me at sam@jadeathletics.ca. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.